What is this fight really about for McGregor?
Of course it's about the money. I mean, listen, I want to start out by saying this to McGregor fans. Hear me very carefully. Conor McGregor is not taking it as a joke. It's not a circus to him. He's in there to try to win. He has no chance to win, but you can't tell him that. That's why he's a great fighter. He just hasn't proven anything in a boxing ring. You know, he's an amateur, not even like an Olympic gold medalist or something, or even a dominant international amateur or anything like that. But I'm not here suggesting that Conor is not taking it seriously. He is a great fighter with the heart of a lion. I'm a huge fan of his in MMA. And just because it is about the money doesn't mean he's not also passionate about it. He's going to give it his best effort. I'm quite sure that's what he always does. But let's not confuse that with the idea that this is not about the money. Stephen A., if you can make multiples and multiples of what you get in any MMA fight for fighting in the boxing ring, who wouldn't do that? And even if you lose, it's like, look, I'm making my pro debut. I just lost to one of the greatest fighters who ever lived. Yeah, no kidding. That doesn't hurt his MMA career. But by the way, MMA, especially in the UFC, is so dangerous. I don't care how great you are, because everyone's a de facto one-punch knockout artist. You can lose your next fight even if you're the best guy in the division. That goes for John Bones Jones or anyone. You could lose your next fight for a fraction of what you're getting paid to fight Floyd Mayweather. Of course it's about the money. If they were all independent contractors, not under a promotional obligation in the UFC, and they could make more money and Floyd could be lured into the octagon, you think Conor wouldn't have fought him in the octagon? Where, by the way, Floyd would stand no chance. You think Conor wouldn't want to have Floyd tap out in 30 seconds or less for the same money? Of course he would, but that's not on the table. Well, the money that was on the table was to get in the squared circle, to get in the boxing ring, and that's why Conor's doing it.
Well, clearly it's about the money. We all know it's about the money, because when your largest payday was $3 million, and now you're on the verge of potentially making $100 million for this fight when you take pay-per-view sales into consideration. I mean, there's no question that it's about the money. But here's what I like about Conor McGregor. I know that he's coming to fight. I know that he's coming to try to win. He ain't just there for the money. And what I love about the idea of a UFC fighter going into a boxing ring, Max, you're the boxing aficionado, so you know what skill, what level of dedication, etc., that comes with the artistry of being an elite boxer. But a UFC fighter is going to lack a certain appreciation for it until they witness it firsthand. Why? Because of exactly what Conor McGregor alluded to when they were promoting the fight. He said it's like half a fight. In other words, all I get to use are my fists. I don't get to use my elbows. I don't get to kick. I don't get to wrestle. I don't get to use jiu-jitsu or anything like that. I'm only allowed to box. So there's a mentality of superiority that as fighters, that pugilists, that individuals within mixed martial arts have, that boxers may not have when it comes to something like this. But he's in Floyd's domain. The other thing that I can't forget about Conor McGregor, where you from and your roots matter. Every hardcore Irishman I've known has been incredibly, incredibly proud. We've heard about, you know, what is it, Dublin, Ireland, and Crumlin, which is where he's from, the mean streets of Ireland. These boys are no joke. They hardcore. And so having that audience back at home watching you, where, you know, draping that flag over your shoulder with a badge of honor, I'm quite sure when anybody from any mean streets of anywhere, it's not to say that it's going to stop them from getting knocked out, it's going to stop them from getting destroyed, but there is something to be said about being that prideful, that egotistical, that hardcore when it comes to a fight, that you will walk into a ring ready to put it all on the line. And I think he's that kind of guy.